Good morning. Welcome to our Red Short webinar for this Wednesday, August 9th. My name is Felicia Schenkelberg, and I'm an analyst here with Red Sky Alliance. Today I will guide you through a brief exploration aimed at enhancing your comprehension of botnets, along with an overview of recent advancements in the field of botnet detection. As always, you can find information on related topics at redskyalliance.org. So here's the agenda for today. We will begin by delving into the concept of a botnet. Following that, we will proceed to examine the intricate botnet ecosystem. Subsequently, we will address vulnerabilities in IoT, or the Internet of Things, and IIoT, which is the industry Internet of Things. Lastly, I will introduce a recently published approach for enhancing botnet detection. So let's get started. While there are many advantages with respect to the proliferation of devices, such as easy access to data or information, and a high level of connectedness, with these arise the opportunities for misuse and the exploitation of cyberspace and its assets. So particularly with respect to privacy and security. So one of the serious problems affecting cyberspace and its users is the spread of malicious software, also called malware. In this presentation, I will be addressing the issue posed by a specific kind of malware referred to as a bot, with the intricate networks of botnets that emerge when multiple bots collaborate to facilitate cybersecurity or cyber attacks on entities. So, as mentioned before, a bot is an automated malware program that scans blocks of network addresses and affects vulnerable computers. This malware is usually covertly delivered to a host, and the bot is installed so that it can communicate with a server, typically positioned outside of the host network and run by the attacker. So the code is designed to hijack small parts of the machine's resources to open communication channels to the attacker's machine. So this can spread to different hosts and accomplish other tasks. Collectively, all computers or devices that have been infected by a bot, along with the machine or machines run by the attacker that act as the central command center, are what's known as a botnet. So in conversations about IIoT, network and devices, it's crucial to bear in mind that IoT devices can be compromised by hackers and enlisted into IIoT botnets. So the unique features of IoT, including its scalability, and this is kind of what makes it difficult to mitigate such threats. So detecting unusual behavior in IoT environments has become a critical focus in IIoT research. So to establish a botnet, malicious actors usually deceive users into installing malicious code onto their computing devices. So this can be achieved through a variety of methods. The most common approach is by sending a user compromised website links or embedding bot malware in legitimate looking software programs to be downloaded by the unsuspecting user in a Trojan horse. They can also include infected attachments in emails, which appear to be from reputable entities, like in a phishing attack. One of the botnets in place, once the botnet is in place, it can be used to in distributed denial of service attacks, proxy and spam services, malware distribution, and other typical organized criminal activity. Botnets can be used for covert intelligence collection, and terrorists or state-sponsoring actors could use a botnet to attack internet-based critical infrastructure. So botnet attacks target numerous vulnerabilities, causing the depletion of the victim's network bandwidth and resources, ultimately leading to service disruptions. Presently, machine learning methods are commonly employed to monitor IIoT attacks. So a botnet consists of several key components. As I mentioned before, the attacker and their command of control centers, or what's known as a C2, the bot and its associated malware and delivery or spreading mechanism, the hosts, which are also known as zombie machines, on which the bot resides, the botnet's purpose, and the communication mechanism between the infected host and the attacker's C2 machines. Once the bot is installed, it can be spread by the forwarding of infected emails or attachments, or autonomously through their inherent propagation mechanisms, typically involving viruses or worms that independently scan for additional machines to infect. So subsequently, each bot establishes a connection out of the target's network across the internet back to the command and control system. Um, So please note that here, any malicious software linked with the bot will operate discreetly on the host system, remaining dormant until activated by the command machine or until deactivated and removed from the system by the user. So dealing with the multitude of hosts or zombie machines where a bot can reside presents a substantial challenge in addressing botnet issues, given the vast number of potential hosts, which could range from millions to billions. It's estimated that there are over a billion internet users, which is a significant portion, amounting to nearly half of the global population. Each of these users utilize the internet via one or multiple device, and any such device connected to the internet has the potential to become a host for a bot. According to Cisco Systems, the projection is for billions of devices to be connected to the internet. So a trend that carries foreboding implications is the proliferation of bots and the expanding scale of the botnets that they create. To combat these risks, it is advised to employ intrusion detection systems to scan for and identify network attacks. These systems have been developed with a variety of machine learning approaches to preserve the reliability and security. Yet traditional methods encounter difficulties when faced with substantial volumes of network traffic. And this is primarily because the deep learning approaches used lack a optimization perspective, limiting in model generalization. While progress has been made in detecting static botnet datasets using binary classification methods, dynamic attack strategies require more advanced methods. So in a recent study that was published this year, 2023, it was found that clustering can mitigate these unexpected threats in conjunction with a supervised learning model. So the study presented a new feature selection technique to significantly minimize the feature set. So clustering is integrated as a preliminary processing step to facilitate feature selection, followed by the Fisher-Grasshopper optimization algorithm. So the FGOA KNN is a two-step hybrid approach that incorporates two feature selection techniques. First is a Fisher score based filter to narrow the search space to obtain the most relevant features from each cluster. And then after that is applied the Grasshopper optimization algorithm wrapper method to pick the most miniature set of features that still provide the best prediction results. A new optimization approach is proposed in this paper to tune the hyperparameters of neural networks for effective botnet attack detection. And this is called the improved Harris-Hawks optimization algorithms for neural networks. So there were three main enhancements to these. The first is a more efficient population initialization strategy that uses chaotic maps to provide population diversity. And then the second, the proposed approach used a new energy update formula to improve the exploration phase. And then to avoid falling into the local minima, a new operator was applied to enhance the exploration stage. So in summary, this article that was published was thoroughly tested. So the model conducted, or the testing conducted on the model, tested the innovative feature selection approach. So the FGOA KNN, and the suggested model for detecting botnet attacks. So the outcomes, which were depicted in the associated paper, were categorized into two distinct sections. So it was important to highlight that the initial section examined the feature selection and approach using different classical models. And then the second selection examined the overall model of both the FGOA-KNN and then an IHHO-NN. So the evaluation of all of this revealed that a new feature selection, when employed in conjunction with the new model, outperformed all related models in terms of prediction and recall. So as we dealt into the realm of botnets, they encountered two fundamental challenges. So the internet encompassing numerous potential hosts and the flexibility bestowed upon individuals and smaller groups of attackers by the capabilities of their own machines. So let's recap. In summary, we discussed the concept of a botnet as well as the intricate botnet ecosystem. Subsequently, we addressed vulnerabilities in the IoT, or the Internet of Things, and the IIoT, as well as introduced a paper which overviewed a novel approach for enhancing botnet detection. This research is still undergoing. It's very interesting to follow, and it can be found in the associated link on our website. But with that, we have reached the end. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have enjoyed the material and found it useful. If you have any further questions on the subject, you can contact us via Jim McKee at jmckee@wpaclabs.com. Have a nice day, and we hope to see you again next week.